They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery unless it happens live from New York on a Saturday night. For nearly 5 decades, Saturday Night Live has taken pride in poking fun at celebrities, politicians, and pop culture figures. Some stars laugh along, even guest starring beside their comedic clones. But others? Not so much. For them, the skits cut too deep, sometimes bordering on mean-spirited, inaccurate, or even career-altering. Here are some celebrities who publicly voiced their frustration and even outrage over how SNL chose to portray them. Amy Lou Wood. What happens when your breakout role becomes the butt of a joke?
Not the monkey!
White Lotus star Amy Lou Wood found herself on the receiving end of an SNL parody just days after the HBO show's dramatic season finale. But what was meant to be a comedic tribute felt more like a cheap shot. Sarah Sherman's impression exaggerated Wood's teeth to a cartoonish level, something the actress didn't appreciate. Wood took to Instagram to call the skit mean and unfunny, lamenting how it lacked nuance. She wrote, "Yes, take the piss, that's what the show is about, but there must be a cleverer, more nuanced, less cheap way." The message was clear. Not all comedy is harmless, especially when it leans into personal traits that someone's already been publicly scrutinized for. Sarah Palin.
And I can see Russia from my house.
When your political persona becomes comedy gold, the backlash can follow you forever. Tina Fey's Sarah Palin impersonation became one of the most iconic in SNL history. The "I can see Russia from my house" line, it's still quoted even though Palin never actually said it. The impression was so good it blurred the line between fiction and fact, reshaping how the public saw her. Palin eventually went on SNL in an effort to reclaim her image, but later admitted it felt like damage control. She said in Live from New York, "I know that they portrayed me as an idiot, and I hated that." She even joked Faye should pay for her kids' braces with the money she made off her. Britney Spears. Being America's pop princess comes with scrutiny, and not all of it's funny. Britney Spears has had more SNL parodies than most. From her fashion to her personal struggles, SNL left little untouched. While Spears herself has hosted the show and laughed with it, some of the impressions, particularly those mocking her breakdown in the 2000s, hit a nerve. Sources close to Spears noted that the portrayals felt cruel during one of the lowest points in her life. Given her later revelations about her conservatorship and mental health, it's easy to see why she might have viewed those jokes as less parody and more punching down. Anderson Cooper. What happens when SNL exaggerates your dignity into diva behavior? When SNL portrayed journalist Anderson Cooper as overly glam and out of touch, it didn't sit right with him. Known for his calm, journalistic integrity, Cooper found the parody to be oddly misrepresentative. While Cooper has thick skin, he's covered war zones. After all, he later said in interviews that the sketch didn't feel like satire. Instead, it felt like someone unfamiliar with his work trying to cram him into a stereotype for laughs. Jennifer Aniston. Not everyone finds Rachel Green jokes charming. When Vanessa Bayer impersonated Jennifer Aniston's iconic Friends character, she expected laughs. What she got instead was a visit from Aniston herself, who told Bayer, "Can you just stop saying 'what are you doing'?" Aniston didn't find the impression mean-spirited, but she found it reductive. In her words, it felt like, "You're making fun of me." Years later, she warmed up to the sketch, even joining Bayer in a skit, but it was clear that initially, the impression rubbed her the wrong way. Justin Bieber. The mop-haired teen heartthrob didn't appreciate being mocked for his own immaturity. While Bieber has appeared on SNL, earlier portrayals of him as a clueless, narcissistic flirt weren't exactly flattering. Bill Hader once revealed that Bieber was one of the most difficult guests to work with and that his presence on set was awkward. Though Bieber never made a massive public statement slamming the impersonation, those close to him said he felt unfairly characterized as dumb and vapid, when, in his eyes, he was simply a misunderstood teen navigating fame. Kanye West. When your entire persona is turned into a punchline, where's the line? Kanye West has long been a favorite SNL subject, from his fashion choices to his outbursts. But some sketches, especially those portraying him as egotistical or unhinged, struck a nerve. Kanye's displeasure with SNL eventually boiled over in rants during live performances, where he accused the show of using him. He even threatened to walk off the show's stage during dress rehearsals when the sketches didn't sit right with him. Kanye has always seen himself as an artist first, and when SNL painted him as a caricature, he didn't take it lightly.